into the tunnel, but not quite picked up. The stack is fast here. The shot is not on. Unfortunately, it will go low. Trying to get to the disc is, I believe, yes, it is Wendigo here. Now Wendigo is going to just take their time, back this one up, look for a cross pass, has Glide right there. Glide going to go underneath. Nice set up there to Vibe. A great little pass play underneath the goal, confuses the goalie, gets it in, works it inside.
Yeah, gamers are doing so much of what you like to see in these sorts of matches. You know, good passing, good fundamentals, you know, spreading out the play, making things happen for their teammates. And it shows now in a 1-point lead as we now see Nani Reforged picking it up and taking it back out. Pizza Cat with the first pass does wind up scuffing that one, but it does find the teammate in Dead. Dead pushing it forward to the right side. Long pass down. The stack is coming on fast as the disc is dumped off quickly. The shot is not on spot, but is picked up by Vibe and cleared out long.
Yeah, as now this one is actually still back over here. It looks like we are now down in that orange zone for and looking at a 2-point shot here. A very easy just lay-in right there by Vasu. So pretty simple as they had the stack there underway, and I believe quite a bit of stuns in the back court, which is always important if you're trying to get those easy goals.
Right. So the lead's toggling back and forth. You know, a 3-point lead now on the side of gamers. You know, we have Nani with the disc now again, and they're rolling out. And the first pass is going to go to the right side. So they've done the same play twice now in a row. As the second pass is made through, the relay completed. Moonlit with the disc now, looking at what the options are. It doesn't like the numbers, so he tosses it back or across, at least to the teammate. It is picked up by Dead. Dead moving forward in the bubble, takes a shot, and it is good. Another 2 points. Now 5-6 on the side of gamers.
Yeah, but you mentioned the rollout. Sometimes one of the great mental games of Echo Arena is just, okay, are you going to use the same rollout over and over again? And if it keeps working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So certainly that rollout looking to work for them right now, is that this one is dumped all the way in, can't quite get it through for gamers. So actually it will be Nani here to pick it up on a long shot. Will just go off the nest instead. Good opportunity here, though, as they have multiple players in the zone. No, Glide with a great stun there. And now trying to send this one out. However, still picked up here by Pizza Cat on the back line. Sends it into Dead. Nope, great steal there from Glide. Gets it out for gamers and into that Nani zone. Actually have a stack there right there as well. So quick pickup. Oh, good stop there from Will. I believe that one wasn't in, but it's still good to secure that one and make sure it gets out. Now they have an opportunity back inside the gamer zone, but quick to get back is Vibe here, and now they have a stack ready to go off this clear.
Yeah, the stack looking and look if they want to dribble or just move ahead. And it looks like they will try the dribble. One of the two of the stack pair does get broken off by the stun, but it doesn't matter. Vibe continues on, finds the bounce, and finds the new 2 points as we now have a 5-8 game on the side of gamers. We're looking at 4 minutes and about, just right at 4 minutes coming off the clock here as we're looking at the second half of this game. Couldn't really be anybody's game at this point. Very close. A 3-pointer ties us up and makes this thing interesting again. The disc is now in the hands of Nani Reforged.
Yeah, but just as they tried to send it in that tunnel, gamers picks it up immediately. Going off the head, though, so Vasu and Glide are just going to walk this one up. They have the 2v2 right now, as now all 4 players get back on defense. So Glide wisely trying to take the time, slow things down for gamers here. Vibe just going to send it all the way back to Wendigo. Wendigo now going to try and send this one up. Good defense there with the stun and the pickup. So trying to get this one cleared, can't quite find it through. So Wendigo again here to pick it up here for gamers. Vasu looking for a shot and perhaps a bit ambitious, as that one will go low. And now slapped out here for Nani. But still on the back line is Wendigo, so still providing so much offensive pressure here.
Yeah, the offensive pressure is not letting up. You do see him slowing down a little bit, though. They're not just charging in, but that charge is good at the story. He's going to pick up those extra 2 points right there as that shot goes in. You know, a nice assist by Wendigo. As you're seeing good disc movement, good team play out of gamers all the way through as they extend the lead now to 5 points. You make it a little bit a little bit more difficult of a hill climb from that tied up or very close game we had earlier on. The launch coming out, and we see Pizza Cat again throwing right side, so they're continuing to work at the thing that's not broken. Dead with the disc this time, looking for where the next pass is going to be. It goes back to Will back to Dead, and a little give and go. Set up the play, but they just stunned out, stuffed by Vibe right there in the bubble. The disc is free on the scuffle for it. It looks like Moonlit just got stunned as the blue stack undid that and threw the pass off the wall and is continuing on into the Nani zone. Wendigo looking around, checking his six, and gets the pass picked off dead, really on the spot there.
Yeah, right. Had the read right there. Knew that there was an option down low. Oh, a nice snag here from Moonlit. So looking for the shot. No, they can't quite hit it as it will bounce just a bit low. And now all four players from Gamers already back to recollect that disc. And look at that stack. They are just so fast right now in this round. That shot will go high, but they have another stack just ready to back it up. Oh, a bit unfortunate there. I believe an overhook perhaps on the hand. That one will just go low. Picked up here by Moonlit. And just trying to send it through, trying to get it down the field out of their own zone because it feels like it just keeps coming back every time they send it down.
Yeah, Gamers working as a unit so well. That being the exception, the little clearer to the stack they probably didn't even see coming through the tunnel there or through the mid. The disc is free now on the blue side, and the defense is rallying to try to get it out of there. It does wind up in the hands of Vibe, and Vibe does get it off to the outside of the zone, but it does come right back. But thankfully, the goalie's right there, Wendigo for the bounce clear, and gets it just returned right back again. A little ping pong action as the panics start to come in, but the stack working that long shot 3-pointer, 13-5. The lead is easy, steezy, and peasy, and lemon squeezy. So yeah.
Indeed, indeed it is. After our favorite little game of Trennis down there, it does end up in their hands for Gamers. And I mean, how many times have we seen that long lane clear into the stack from them? I mean, it is just working so effectively. They know they have this to beat them down the field every single time, and it's just they're taking advantage of it so well, which is why we've seen this balloon as much as it has. Now, as Nani are looking for pretty much anything here, they want to try and bring this with some momentum. Oh, that pass will be a little bit off as Wendigo will scoop that one up. Tries to send it through and will get it through successfully. So still back in the zone of Nani, and again, here comes Gamers. Oh, Vasu just off the post, so not quite able to get that vibe. Now taking this one, just going to send back on a reset, and look at the discipline, even with 17 seconds left to just back this one up.
Yeah, Gamers, they're not letting up on this offensive attack. Yeah, they just finally sat back and took a breath and waited for Will to come out to pressure. But they're absolutely still coming at the bubble and at the goal as they say, well, these last 2 points, there's time to make them, so let's take them. That round one over now, and it went soundly on the side of Gamers. Nani Reforged needing to look for how to refit this thing and make it into a better round in round two.
Yeah, primarily for me, what I think is happening right now is it just feels like Nani does not have the communication that they need. I saw a couple of times where maybe there was looking for a pass option or looking for a dump in inside the bubble, and the other players were looking for stuns or regrabs back. And so maybe the communication of when they have the disc on a turnover is not necessarily the most clear, or there's just a couple of passes that have gone astray. But once comms clean up, perhaps, or once things come in together, as we hear that timeout come through, perhaps things will continue to spiral upwards for them.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm seeing is effective possession. Gamers, have a lot of possession, and they're doing really good things with that possession. Rather than getting disc possession and chucking it downfield and hoping that your team makes it all the way down there to claim it on the boost and clear, it looks like Gamers are playing a little bit more of a control game, a little bit higher percentage passing over just the elemental clear. The stuns, though, look at Wendigo rocking 25 stuns in that one round. That is a person on a mission there to basically try to control the backfield. I mean, that's where it translates to. If you're breaking stacks, if you're knocking people down, then they can't make that transition and get down there and beat you to the other side, which is what we saw. We saw Gamers breaking free, and they got downfield, and they scored a lot, very uncontested, most of the time.
Absolutely, and I think that's another critical thing is that if you're Nani, how do you deal with the speed that Gamers have been showing? I mean, do you try and break stacks? Do you try and speed up your own stacks and look for those opportunities down the field? It's just, I can't even count how many points they got off of those uncontested shots on the turnover after the clear, just because they had so many opportunities from that. So certainly looking to pick up there for the side of Nani, I think is a critical thing to do as we come into the second round soon.
Yep. I mean, not to discount Moonlit with 20 stuns over there on the other side. So they're trying it. They've got 31 between two players. and on the other side on gamers they've got 30 or 40 between two players. So I mean the stun numbers are coming out, but and I love the stun game. The stun game for me as a defensive and midfielder is where it's at. You can control the tone of a game based on just breaking stacks, and that's a fun game within itself. And some people love shooting. I love stunning. It's just part of my DNA, I guess. I do believe we heard the countdown coming off, though. The pause is coming off, so we should be seeing them come out of the tubes here pretty soon. Looks like the countdown's coming down to 0, and we will see round 2 right away.
Yeah, and just as you speak it, round 2 underway here pretty soon. You say you love the stun game, certainly hoping to see a little bit more of those here as the Stouts are about to come out of the tunnels here. So, who wins this joust? It will be Gamers to take this one, of course, with their speed being so fast for that headbutt, careening wildly off of multiple Geo, but eventually picked up here by Nani and cleared into that blue zone. Gamers there to the disc first, but overshooting, not able to grab it, so dead just with a slap, perhaps hoping that it would be a shot, but not quite. The clear is not through for Wendigo, does scoop it up, resets that clear, and does get it all the way through, but just into the hands of Pizza Cat, who maybe has some time to slow things down here.
Yeah, Pizza Cat, makes that first connection to Dead. Dead is not pressing too fast, but does bounce it down underneath boot to nobody. Unfortunately, the pass not connecting very well. The disc is cleared then and rattles around in low the valley area, but is now picked up by Moonlit. Moonlit immediately punished by Wendigo, but manages to get a head on it to get it out of the possession. The disc is loose. Nobody's really showing established dominance on it till now, as we see Vibe take it. He calls the team off and sends them forward. You saw them turn around and go. And then they make the connection to Double Diamond, throwing it up. The stack is still together, making the connection now for the goal. First 3 points on the board for Vasu.
And I was watching the backcourt during that 3-point attempt, and just seeing one player hold back that stack off Nani is just brutal to watch. Just making sure half the defense doesn't even get back in order to contest that shot, and just putting them out of such position. Very smart here, and we're continuing to see that pressure from the side of Gamers, as now this left rollout seems to be working pretty well here for Nani. Pizza Cat now going to send this one down to Will over to Moonlit, and look at this control thing in between. As just as I say that, I cast a curse it. A brutal stun game from Gamers ensures that they get the disc here time and time again, and now a long dump it here, trying to get it into that zone. Vasu with the pickup, trying to drive the 2-on-1. Great save there from Will, denying that shot is now clear.
Yeah, beautiful defensive action there from Will in the goal. Getting the clear. The clear bounces all the way through. Now this is the first person to touch it after that clear. Dead setting up the play underneath, and it is picked up by Pizza. But Pizza does get stunned immediately as they try to move into position. The stack again is ready for Gamers as they do get a little loose disc party in the middle there. It does get slapped back towards the Gamers end. Again, the stack is present. They're always present. They're beating them every single time they come back. Little dribble play coming through the mid now to the tunnel. Wendigo and Vasu working together. They rejoin each other. They shoot down and bounce it off low, but it does wind up turning right back to the middle and back in the hands of Vibe.
Yeah, now Vibe just going to walk this one up under no pressure. Maybe going to look to try and bait out that defense. Jolteon does actually bite as they come all the way out. So now Vasu is just going to handle this one and looks to walk it in. Tries to go low to glide, but can't quite find the pass. Vibe on the back line does get the bounce over. Oh my, Glide hiding right underneath, had the goalie thinking that there was someone above, so trying to dive out, but no, it slips all the way through down and gets the points.
That was DIRT, dirty.
Woo.
Woo. Why does that happen? Oh my goodness, that hurts. Pizza rolling out with it. They're changing the strat a little bit, but it doesn't change for the good. Glide reading that one like the weekly reader, coming right out and just taking that right out of the hands and putting that in for 17-meter shot. 7 seconds off the clock there, and now we see an 8-0 lead. Just points on top of points on top of points. This is the point where I would start smashing that timeout button and talking to my friends and say, hey guys, what's going on here? But they do choose to keep on going. So we do see Nani just pushing through the mid there. They do get picked up, and Moonlit now has it, breaks away and throws it across, but it doesn't make a friend. This is kind of the pattern we've been seeing from them all night is they get possession, and the possession is just kind of immediately lost. Vasu serving it up, looking to the other side. Nobody in the zone there, but the stack comes through,
Oh,
cleans it up, and another 2 points for him.
tough shot there on that zero angle. So good attempt there. Actually not quite a zero angle, but certainly close to it.
Very tight.
It's certainly a shot that I would have had trouble making. But so it's a zero angle to me. But like you were saying, it's just these missed connections here for Nani. Just that one pass that's just not making it work. Is as now they send this one deep in on the clear. It's just not quite getting that extra pass in that they need in order to be able to score. And now that stack again from Gamers is just all the way down the field. And I think the thing that's primarily working for them as Vasu tracks this one down, tries to get, does get the ender actually on Moonlit. And now it's going to try and walk this one in, sends it over to Vibe. Vibe just going to back this one out. Now looking down, Vasu on the Strandy. Oh, and flaps it off of Pizza Cat's head to now get the 12-point lead here.
Yeah, the pace is on. That pace for the letter M word that we all love to hate. It is on, and it looks really like strong for Gamers as they're just rolling through this second round. We see another change in strategy as we see a stat coming out now, QBing and looking for that first pass. Dead kind of overhooks and bounces that one in a wild angle, and it is picked up again by Gamers. New beautiful cross pass down to Glide. Glide on the shot, doesn't make it in, but the interception does happen as the goalie gets mobbed after the save, and now is a 14-0 lead. Still no points scored by Nani Reforged, looking for anything that can happen in the positive.
Yeah, heck of a diving save there from Will. Does not save the points from eventually happening. Does spare the 3 though. So some light in that moment as now he's going to take it and look for the pass. Has Jolteon right there, so they are now going to just walk this one up. Not under any pressure, looking for that pass underneath the bow tie. The bounce just cannot be read, and they turn it over once again. Now this one being sent back in by Gamers. There is the stack here from Nani, so rather fast, but no one going to pursue the disc. As now they have 3 men in the bubble. Wow, Vasu just takes the straight up shot from the post and sinks that one.
I mean, the placement on that shot was just golden. Up above the goalie's head, outstretched arm, but really kind of caught in between where the arms would be if they both went up. I think they were still anchored to the block when they made the attempt. That's just, it's heartbreaking to see those because you're so close and you're almost got it. But now Nani rolling out again. We see a right relay, but it is immediately picked off underneath. And it again turns around and goes right back towards Nani's zone. It is picked up in the mid there and is, a little loose disc action is going back and forth. Wendigo now pushing it all the way down into the Nani zone. The bounce comes off the backboard. The goalie misreads it. Wendigo cleaning up the mess here, and it comes off a Dead's head, but it's still in for another 2 points. We are 2 points away from the end of this game.
Yeah, ever so close. And to be honest, it's very difficult to tell here for Nani what would work, what would get them any sort of momentum. Connecting them just a little bit more is all they need. Is now they're just going to send this one deep, trying to get it all the way down. However, the stack there from Gamers is going to be able to pick that one up. Still loose in the mid as it just will slowly float its way down. Moonlit just going to flick this one away and looks to try and recover now. They actually overshoot it a little bit, but Dead right there scooped it up for Nani. So an ample opportunity here. Now Pizza Cat is going to try and go off the post, but no, stunned out here by Wendigo. This one being sent right back out into that Nani zone. Going to float all the way. Is that in? Oh, not quite, as it goes a little bit loose off the backboard. Vibe going to send this one over to Glide. Glide, nope, can't quite get anything actually. And Will with a great dive makes sure that one does not or cause the mercy quite yet.
Yeah, nice long clear, and that will delay the inevitable as Pizza Cat does make the connection off that long clear. It took him 47 seconds off the clock to get that one in, a little 1 meter dunker, but it does stave off that mercy for at least a little while longer. What you saw, there was a little bit of urgency, perhaps, a little bit, of maybe extra clinch, a little extra focus from the side of Nani, and they just managed to to just delay them a little bit. I think what you saw was gamers also loosening up. They know they have this thing, so it's not an ultimate focus. And if they get the mercy, that's cool. And if they don't get the mercy, well, they still get the win. It's not going to happen any other way other than that tonight for them. As a long clear now comes through, and it is going to be picked. Looks like it might be picked up by gamers. They do have a man in the zone. Manages to avoid all the other defenders there and get it cleared out. Beautiful work there by the Nani. I'm sorry, by the gamers team. As you see, Wendigo picking it up off the top and just bringing it in for what it says is a 3-pointer on my screen, but I know it's a 2. And we now have a 21-2 game. We have just 1 point left to get.
That was a 2-pointer for you? I saw a 3.
It says a 3.
Maybe they didn't touch it on the way
in. Did they just glide? See, they just glided in. My angle looked like they had it in their hand.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, they sent a light tap through. Took the little granny shot. As now, a nice. The relay works out, but no, Jolteon just can't quite find the shot. It does get picked up here by Pizza Cat. This one will be low. Vibe just with the duck will secure this one. The score being a 19-point differential, 21-2. Gamers take it into. And GG's to both teams. Yeah, and Newt0n-Dad, like, the one thing I want to add is the one most impressive thing I saw from gamers. I have to credit that front stack of, I believe it was Vasu and Glide. Not only were they extremely fast, but the acceleration that they had was incredibly impressive to me. Usually a stack will take a little bit of time to collect and make sure that they can get up to speed. In this level, and maybe at the highest level, of course, the acceleration is phenomenally fast. But here they were playing at that level and at that speed. Their acceleration from 0 to 40 meters per second, incredibly fast.
Right,
and that's where it was critical.
And you love seeing that, off of those top level teams. We all pick up these tricks and tips. And I was just listening to Lockie talk the other day from Jesters over on the EU side, and he's talking about how important it is to play slow. It's not all about playing as fast as you can and getting as fast as you can in a boost. It's about being accurate in your boost. It's about being slow as you're approaching, and then once you get attacked, change gears, everybody at once, then we move fast, right? Moving fast all the time is going to create chaos, but moving it fast together is going to create points. And that was kind of the point that he was making. I see that coming in, even every time I watch a game that's not Master Tier, that's not even Diamond Tier, and I see these things coming in, it makes me so happy to see this meta, pushing down into the ranks. It's really a cool thing.
Yeah, and you absolutely saw that here with the side of gamers. Just I talked about that front stack, but that back stack was online every single time. On the defensive end, on the offensive end, coming to scoop in things with Vibe. Setting up a couple of great plays and making things happen. They were just online and in great communication with one another to make this one happen.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to take us out here, Newt0n-Dad?
No, go ahead. We have I put the link in live, so we have the next one coming up. The next game is going to be Ignite versus that team called Redshift, I believe. So a couple teams we've heard of, but yeah, take us out.
Yeah, a great master game coming up for you guys. It's certainly going to be a pleasure. Make sure you hop in, come join us in about 3 minutes, as we will be bringing you that one straight from the master tier. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
And welcome back, everyone, here to VRML2, bringing you the master highlight, or the master match, which should be full of highlights, rather. I am your caster, Glean, here with me in the casting booth, Newt0n-Dad, and on the cams, Wonder T-Man. Exciting one here tonight, certainly, Newt0n-Dad.
Definitely. I mean, the perennial favorite, or one of the perennial favorites in Ignite, who's having a great season minus one game. So, this is against Redshift, who's done pretty well. Currently sitting, I believe, in the 4th position, and both running their main rosters. You see on the orange side, that's Redshift side, Citizen, Zux, Steel Skydiver, and Caesar. On the Ignite side, of course, we have Jaywalker Game, Ryan, and Kung. We have one of the ready ups up. We're just waiting on the other one. But it's as a master tier player, you know better than most, Glean, that standing up against Ignite is always a formidable task, and it's one that nobody usually probably welcomes. How do you approach a game like this and keep your head about you?
You gotta go in with that You just gotta go in with that mentality of we can take them. Instinct. Not to bring this up because everyone's been talking about it since forever, but Instinct shown that Ignite is vulnerable and that they can be taken down. It is possible. So you got to come in with that mentality of, okay, if we just play our game, we stick to what we know and what we do best, we can certainly try and take advantage with our, with our strengths and try and take them down.
I mean, that's true. The middle game is most of it. The execution is the rest. Having a good lucky day while the other guy's not having a good lucky day is all part of it. The first joust does go to Redshift, but is immediately picked up by Game. A little stun, punish, and pass there. As the pass does go loose, kind of a rare loose pass there. It is picked up by Zux and cleared all the way down to the other side. Steel Skydiver are going to reel it in and take a look at the play as it unfolds. He passes underneath the shield and makes a connection to Caesar for the first 2 on the board. As Redshift trying to set the tone and say, okay, we're here to stand.
Yeah, and they saw that the stack was a little bit out of position, looking for maybe the pressure, so they just send the one pass and shot immediately to score that first 2. So Ignite on the back pedal for this first little bit of this game. Now Game going to take this one up top, looks for his pass, and just has Ryan right there up top next to the scoreboard. So going to just walk this one through mid, sends it lightly down to Jay. Favorable bounce, just going to send this one right back to Ryan. So backing this one up, playing slow and respecting a lot of the defense as they're trying to draw it out. Citizen does bite all the way out, but that pass is still received here by Kung with plenty of time.
Yeah, lots of time, but the pass goes through as Kung tries to push it into the bubble, picked up by Zux, I believe, and cleared all the way down. The stack races were not definitively who was going to win that one, but it does come out with Kung and Game now pushing the disc forward back into the Redshift side. Again, we get a kind of a crazy bounce, scuffed pass. Game get under high pressure, pushes it back over to Ryan. Ryan dancing around on the wall and finds Jaywalker along the side. Jaywalker gets his bell rung, or actually releases a disc up there as a scuffle happens. It is Redshift picking it up and passing it down. You see the stack clearing immediately into the zone, into the lane, picking up that disc and turning it right back around.
Yeah, Game with the awareness to turn around there. That shot was on, I believe, into the top pocket, but good stop there. As now Ryan will pick this one up, sends it across, has Jay right there. Just going to walk this one forward. Long 3 in the top pocket. A ringer to secure the 1-point lead here for Ignite.
I mean, if we could all shoot like Jaywalker, what kind of game would we play? It's just a thing of beauty. The guy almost never misses. It's really cool to watch him play. Everybody, just your jaw just drops to the floor. I mean, and being able to in the game with these guys as you cam through it, you just see how they move. It's really a beautiful thing. Citizen now working the disc into the bubble and does get a connection over to Caesar. Caesar getting Ryan getting a hand on it, but it does wind up being in the points. Just to turn blue there, so I think it was one of those technical goals. But it now is a 1-point lead on the side of Redshift, 4-3. Redshift leading this one out.
And I gotta mention that extremely quick response, that fast relay down the left side for them was so effective, and just making sure that they immediately took the lead back and not trying to give anything up to this Ignite team. As now Ryan dukes out Caesar and sends this one down over to Jay. Jay's just gonna send this one across, has Kung right there, but a great stop there from Zux with the read, knew where that play was going, sends it deep into that blue bubble. The stacks are there. Game tries to grab it, no, off of Caesar's head, so now just gonna be floating loose. Game does get it off before he does get stunned, so it will be slapped here by Citizen, trying to look for a pass perhaps, but no. Now picked up here by Zux as that clear is not good. Going to look up top, has Citizen right there. Citizen just going to try and walk this one in. No, Caesar off the head of Ryan, and now a 3-point lead here for Redshift.
Yeah, Redshift, essentially being allowed to move the disc around in the Ignite bubble. It's not something you see often, but you know, in Ignite's defense, they're often a survey in the first round kind of team. They're going to see what you're bringing, and then they're going to turn around and adjust to it, and totally, you know, make it their game in round two. Long shot going through, but it is picked up in the mid, or before the mid actually, by Steel Skydiver, who passes it through to Citizen. Citizen making the long clear, but it does get picked up by the defense. You know, Game now handling it, trying to move through the tunnel, finds a connection over in the tunnel with Jaywalker. Jaywalker dancing around and just gets it cleared around the defender, but it is immediately returned back into the Ignite bubble. The stacks are on, but the defensive stacks are really, really fast. The clear is made through, and the disc does rattle around into the tunnel. It's picked up by Game. Game looking to dance around the Geo a little bit, pushes it forward, looking around for a friend, but decides to reset and slow down just a smidge.
Yeah, now Ryan just going to try and walk this one around, just dancing, trying to bait out that defense. Zux now just going to get that pass up top to Game. Game going to take that pass down to Jay, and a nice easy lay-in in that bottom pocket. Hard for the goalie to reach that one with their positioning. So still only down by one here is Ignite, but in the hands of Redshift. We saw how fast they could be on that first rollout. Let's see if they have that same speed here on the second one.
Sputnik Cobra joining us in the chat, asking to get a detailed play-by-play because he cannot see the game after going through his eye surgery. And we will do our very, very best for you there, Sput. As the Redshift boys are in control of the disc, Zuck's working along the side wall. He does choose to reset back to Steel Skydiver, who then pushes it forward immediately to Citizen, who's on the ceiling looking around for a pass. Does choose to back up again just one more time to Steel. Steel to Zux again on the left side. Dancing around the floor now, looking for that pass across, but can't find it. He's under so much pressure. The pressure continues as the stack just wanders back and forth aggressively, looking at just keeping the Redshift guys on their heels, but they do sidestep the stack, and Zux pushes that one in, an assist by Citizen. We are now looking at a 3-point lead with 4 minutes and around 7 seconds or so in this first round.
Did you see what Redshift did there, Newt0n-Dad? They baited the stack so hard that the stack had to switch into goal for Kung, and Kung had to come out. So the goalie was out of position. And the stack was in the goal, so they completely avoided the defense here of Ignite. Is now Ignite's looking for the response. Just sends this one over to Ryan. Ryan up the Kung, looking for that shot. Nice easy lay-in. Fast response here from Ignite. So the cross works very, very simply for them and very, very easily. But you know, this one being extremely close is Redshift is bringing us a very interesting game with their control of the disc right now.
Yeah, it's a hard hill to climb, and right now Redshift is handling the hill as the disc first pass goes out from Steel over to Zux. Zux looking for a pass forward, but it does wind up scuffing some Geo. But it is Citizen picking that one up and dropping it back again in the reset. Steel Skydiver finding no pressure back there, but pushing the pass again over to Caesar. Caesar returning it right back, and they're baiting this stack out back and forth, just to try to break up the stacks somewhere. But the stacks do wind up turning it over and making a nice long shot that is picked up by Zux on the fly, turns it around for the clear. It is up at the top by the tunnel.
No.
It does come free, but it's reclaimed by Steel Skydiver, and he's beat down for his effort there. Ryan just bouncing it off the back wall, trying to reset back in the hands of Kung, as Ignite does look at the offensive attack now, slowing things down again.
Yeah, and Kung just allowed so much space to walk this one up. Just going to look for a pass option. Has Game right down there. Oh my. Jay just cutting along the backboard. Not even in front of the goal, but just behind to scoop that one up and slide it right in. So a 1-point lead now to Ignite as we're coming down to just under 2:30 here.
Yeah, a couple minutes left in this one. You know, that's an eternity in this sort of game. It's a very close game. Could be anybody's game. Steel Skydiver working the front, the joust, and pushing the disc all the way down the field, getting it into the hands of his teammates, but just a little bit wide on the shot. But Zux there to clean up the mess after Caesar's miss, and it is now a 1-point game again on the side of Redshift. They're hanging on, and they're still doing their work. It's looking good.
Zux, that was... I have the stankiest face on the stankiest look on my face right now from him breaking all 4 defenders and taking that one in for the 1-point lead. Just under 2 minutes here now as it will be down to Jay. Jay gonna look for his options, allowed to just walk with space. Sends it down over to Ryan. Ryan now going to look for the cross. Oh, Kong cutting in on the fly, flying it at 20 meters per second. Just tap that one in lightly. It's now a 1 point lead back to Ignite.
You can often say that Ignite will play just as hard as they have to, and this is kind of what this feels like at the moment. It doesn't feel like we're seeing like the whole 100% Ignite, but it's just like they're almost like they're playing with their food. I feel like something else. The other shoe's about to drop here. Citizen making the pass down though. Redshift still pressuring the offense. The pass is pressured on the left side, and Citizen trying to pass pressure them right back. It just goes loose into the trap. It is picked up by a Game. Game sends it all the way through off the ceiling. It does bounce in a favorable way back to a teammate. Oh, but still Skydiver with the magic hands manages to keep that one out of the goal. The disc is passed immediately back on the reset, and Ignite again looking at that attack. The pass comes through to Shield. Jaywalker with it walks it over the top of Shield and just nails that one for 2 points. That's 36 seconds off the clock. 5-meter shot. 3-point lead for Ignite.
God, what a save by Steel, but great offense here from Ignite. Now with about 15 seconds left for Redshift to try and score a 3 and take this one into OT. Steel gonna send this one over to Zux, looking for the ace play, sends it deep down low. I will just bounce up and maybe into the hands of Citizen. No, Kung recovers and just taps this one over into the hands of Steel, but no, the stack is fast enough. Jay does get it, and Game now tapping it to Ryan, securing this one. As now it will be Ignite taking this first round in a very close match. Very close round one here.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, geez, if a couple of things had been a little different along the way, maybe they could have taken that round. I mean, kudos to Redshift for staying 3 points in from, on the first round with Ignite here. That is a heck of a thing to do. I mean, we talked about it on the lead-in. What do you do when you face one of the best teams, in North America? You stay in your game. You play your game. You stay in your headspace. You do positive things. That's what you said to do. And I think, by and large, we saw that out of Redshift. They had a reasonably good points distribution. So a couple of points actually coming off of Ryan, bouncing off of Ryan's head. But Steel Skydiver definitely working the defense, being that backline player, keeping the control. It's what Cruisin does so well on Instinct as well. It's just managing that whole game tempo from the back, setting your team up for success by calling the plays, calling where people are, and just working the disc forward in an organized manner, staying on your game. What did you see out of that?
The most impressive thing to me was Redshift not letting Ignite get any sort of breakaway stack. Ignite is known so well for that speed that they can just get out with and immediately just punish you for every little silly mistake, from the clear and boost. But Redshift just matching them in speed as they get that headbutt all the way down to the other side of the field. They aren't able to get the grab, so it will still be picked up here by Ignite and cleared down into that orange side. But you can see they are matching stack for stack essentially. As just as I say that, Deal. I thought he was going to have that, but Jay just with a light tap to secure at least a couple points if that 3 was a bit off.
Yeah, I mean, you get a nice round where you get from 3 points from being in a tie, and then you get a play like that. And it's just that magic that just happens for Ignite sometimes, and we all just shake our heads and go, "How did that just happen?" That's the things you don't want to see coming in. You see Jaywalker now handling the disc. He's not pressured. He's rolling in. He's just floating. They do have a goalie in for Redshift, and it just doesn't matter because Jaywalker does the windmill move and baits Steel Skydiver out and just dunks it in for 2. Easy 2, 4-point lead. A minute off the clock.
And I mean, just credit to Jay. How much respect does Steel have to give to Jay to know to not dive him, not not extend too far, or else he's finished, and won't punish the shooters. Now Citizen handles this one off the nice first pass, up to Caesar, down over to Zux, just a little bit high, so the jump not quite able to reach. Kung now going to scoop this one up and sends it down to Ryan. Ryan now just going to float forward, tries to get the stack maybe with Kung. No, great pick there from Steel on the back line. Going to send this one in, looking for the long 3, can't quite find it. Secured here by Zux, though. Lays it in lightly, so that 2-point deficit now still in favor of Ignite, but points on the board here for Redshift.
Yeah, points on the in one of the really crucial moments. You don't want Ignite to get out 6, 8, 10 points ahead of you before you score. So getting that first 2 in, no matter if it was a scuffed 3 that became a 2, that's great. That's what you want to have. You see Game coming out now and Ignite rolling out upside down with Ryan there.
Oh,
It is turned over almost immediately now. Caesar passing it back up to the top. Citizen up there working out the ceiling event and gets stunned because he has staring down 2 Ignite defenders. Ryan clearing it all the way through. The stack is there, and they are going to collect that bounce. Not looking at a defender just yet. Game laces that one in from 12 meters out, 23 seconds off the board, off the clock from last time, and it is now a 5-point round.
yeah, and good pressure there from the Leech to then threaten the goalie on a potential stun if they tried to make that save. So, really forcing the issue here. And I agree with your earlier sentiment that it doesn't really feel like the Ignite that we're very used to seeing, but now it seems like they're coming online just a little bit more. They're starting to really move forward. That stun from Game, the immediate turnover and now the clear as they're trying to look for their way down, but Steele right on the back line all the way deep knows just how threatening Game could be as a shooter, so he's all the way back there. Does get this one. Tries to send the pass over. Citizen losing the handle after the stun. Ryan going to send this one down to Game, and oh no, the 1v1 you never want. Actually, as the set comes back, no, long pass. Oh,
Jeez.
oh my gosh. Folks, that was a pass. That was a pass. That was a calculated pass. That was not a missed shot. Game knew exactly where Jay was going. Jay called it out. He passed it right there. Jay knew the bounce. He knew where it was going to be. He scooped it up and just laid it in. That's the kind of pass game and the kind of the kind of communications and mental that Ignite has.
It's almost unfair to have a team be that cohesive and that smooth. It's experience, of course. It's skill. It's lots and lots of playtime together. Steel Skydiver working that turnover there, and it does wind up turning into points as Caesar walks that one in with a slam. A great assist and great combo play out of the Redshift boys. Definitely, you want to see these points coming in. Don't let them continue, rattling points off, because that will be the end of you. So in a hurry. So we're seeing, a good game coming out from Redshift. Round 2 here, Ignite taking round 1 only by 3 points as they roll out now. The Game passing it across and finding the connection to Kung. Kung slowing things down, looking around. He is covered by Stack, looking him right in the face. They do manage just to make him to unload it there down the side, but it is picked up now by Redshift, pushed across in the trap. It bounces free for a second. It does look like it may get picked up there by Citizen, but you hear the steel sound come out. But the disc is still in Redshift hands, so it goes all the way through. It's a stack race. It is picked up by the stack of Ignite as they stop on Pac-Man, waiting for things to unfold in front of them. They dribble through, and it is recollected again by Game. Game making the nice long shot, 24 meters out, 40 seconds off the clock. It is now an 8-point game on the favor of Ignite. It's just rally time.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Ignite's online. Game does game things. He hits those. Just never give him the open lane, ever. Even if he's all the way across the other court in his own goal, just never give him the lane. As now this rollout looks pretty good. Oh, the relay not quite there as Game picks it off. Jay gonna look for a low shot, perhaps. No, the bounce is not quite on. It will bounce off the boot, but scooped up here easily by Ryan. Ryan gonna juke around once, juke around twice, and takes the shot in on the stun Steel Skydiver. So the lead has now ballooned to 10 in favor of Ignite.
Yeah, Sputnik over cheering on the chat, and let's go, boys, keep focus. And that's exactly what they need to be doing. I mean, I might be hitting the pause button right about here as the 10-point lead is on, but that shot, I mean, the shot after shot coming out of Ignite, just showing how lethal they can be. Another one from Ryan is online, but Steel Skydiver is there to say that's not going to happen that way. Pass coming through to Zuck. Zuck's answering the call on a long shot. Citizen reclaiming it at the shield. Turns that into 3 points, so it stays 3 points all the way through. It is a 7-point game now that Ignite is in the lead. Round 1 went to them. It's still a hard hill to climb, and I do feel for them as we see Ignite loading up to come out of the tunnel here.
Yeah, the 7-meter 3, it turns into a 7-point differential. And even those 7 points, oh, great steal there here from Zux, though. The long 3, no, a little bit too lenient. Game was right there to pick it off and make sure that one did not go in. Now, Kung going to take this and look for his options. He's just going to walk it up. They know they have the advantage. They know they have the time. Jay, underneath. No, it will just go ding off the bottom pocket. Now Zuck's going to take this and send it right back out. Has Citizen online. Oh, the shot will be high, so looking for the recovery here is Caesar. Caesar getting stunned out here by Game, so no shot in sight. Now over to Ryan, and it might be a barrage of 3-point attempts as this one will go low from the half-court position. Scooped up here by Zuck's going to look. No, Game gets the stun. Game with the 1v1. The man you don't want to face in there besides Oculusator. Those two, I think, if I had to list three, Oculusator, Game, and Jay are the three most terrifying inside the bubble. Maybe Ryan in there as well is certainly in the top 5.
There's no way I'd want to see any of those guys, or all 8 of these guys for that matter, coming at me 1v1 as a defender, as a goalie. No way, man. The first pass out from Steel Skydiver makes the connection to Citizen, who stuns Ryan in the tunnel and passes it over to Zuck. Zuck's passing it back into Steel Skydiver, up high in the pass. It just missed on the ceiling, but Caesar was there to pick up the bounce. The pass is good to Zucks, and wow. That was just a lovely, lovely disc movement as we see 2 more points on the board for Redshift.
Yeah, and credit, they're keeping pace, they're keeping up with Ignite here. You know, still securing that 7-point differential with about 2 minutes here left to go, so they have to make something happen. They got to get on a run, but it's not too bad, as you know we've seen Ignite get carried away with sometimes. Down to Jay now, and just going to walk this one forward again. Just so much time that they can buy because they know they have this point advantage. Gonna send it over to Kung and just again gonna walk it up. There's no stack in sight. They're all floating, so all float players in the bubble just gonna tap into Game, and Game dunks it in. Dunk meta once again. That lead is now back up to not quite double digits here. Sorry, I almost said double digits, but the point is doubled. 9 to 18 here.
And with the 3 3-pointer lead that Ignite has, they can afford to just sit and trade blows now for the rest of this game. They don't have to keep pressing to score, other than just to answer. If they don't score, if they don't push the disc in, that's when things are going to become problematic for them. Steel Skydiver working the disc underneath and just gets a pass wide to Caesar. That was picked up by Game. Game passes it all the way through. The stack for Redshift is there to claim it. Citizen throwing it back through into the Ignite side, but again, the stack is there for Redshift. But just denied by Kung. Kung taking 2v1 there and passing it all the way through.
Steel had to take a double take on that one. Game gonna take the shot and it lays it in. So there's the the double-digit differential. But yeah, I saw Steel just look off at Kung as he got his pocket picked and just sent down the other way. One of those funny moments that we could see on the caster side. But a dominant win here in the second rounds as compared to that first year for Ignite.
Yeah, I mean, I can be sure that there were a lot of incredulous moments in this game where you're looking at the other guy going, are you serious? Did you just do that? Kung, did you just do that? For real? Come on, man. I mean, we're mere humans trying to play this game. As you see Game, speaking of Game, riding out the last few seconds of the clock, it is the win on the side of Ignite in 2 rounds. Very well played game by Redshift. All in all, a good night for them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those things is if you can keep that point differential down pretty well, then it's certainly a win. If you can't take the win, just try and come as close as possible. And this one, certainly close. I think it was, about a 14-point spread in total, which is, besides Instinct, probably the 3rd or 2nd lowest spread out of any Master team.
Yeah, I mean, they kept him close all night. It was definitely back and forth. In the possession was good possession on the side of Redshift. They were being effective with it. Zucks, rattling in 12 points on the night. Of course, Jaywalker doubling that on the side of Ignite. So it's as good as Redshift was. It's just at every step Ignite was just that much better. And with Ignite, you've got to outplay them, or you're just going to wind up losing. It's just gonna. I mean, I don't envy the task for anybody who sees that come up on their matchmaking for the week, because it's just got to make your head sink into your hands and go, okay, big breath, we got to do this.
Yeah, it's one of those things that both you want to rise to the occasion, but you also dread at the same time. Certainly, Redshift rising to the occasion pretty well in this one, and certainly showing us a number of highlights that they can provide, and some interesting ideas for what may be coming later on to that Master Cup that we will be seeing in just a few days, in fact.
Yeah,
exciting,
Wonder, can you
exciting
bring
to
up
be coming.
the statistics, the ladder and the so we can see the teams that are up there, because the races are kind of forming up. And we have, this is a different season. We have a different sort of mid round or mid cycle thing going on this season, where we have the Elite Cup and then we have the Challenger Cup. Glean, do you have a good handle on what the Master Tier 1 is all about?
Yeah, the Master Tier 1 will be looking like a single elimination game, or a single elimination tourney, where we'll have like 6 and 7 face off and 8 and 9 face off, and then progressively we'll go forward. So I believe it is 5 through 1 all get a bye in their respective games, as then they line up later on, and we'll see the bottom of Master try to climb and face the top of Master and make their way all the way up there. Certainly going to be a great one to see, but I think the more interesting race for me personally is going to be this Challenger Cup that we're going to see. Kangarillas, who are going to most likely end up as the Master Tier team that's going to be there, versus Ace, the Bite of 87, Gen Z, Click, AE. 5 phenomenal teams. I can't forget to mention Havoc Nightmares and most likely either Tensor or Hexlink Aples. I've seen Ace, I've seen Bite of 87, I've seen Gen Z, I've seen Click. So many players there have all been on Master teams before. Extremely volatile, extremely dangerous teams. It's going to be one heck of a tournament and one heck of a Challenger Cup coming up in just a little bit.
And right now, of note that we only have 9 Master Tier teams because Seattle Beholders have dissolved. So that will give an extra chance for another ladder team to make it up into that Master division. So there's 2 spots that will go up. There's only 1 team coming down right now. So we're going to see. Of course, Spaghetti's won't be in this because they've dissolved as well. So yeah, the Tensor Apples zone, that 17-18 zone, is crucial right now. I know that Apples has a game tomorrow. I believe Tensor may be done already. If I'm not mistaken. Havoc is taking on Apples, so that will be a big match tomorrow evening, as we round out this actual cycle of game, and then we move into the Challenger Cup over the weekend. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of cool stuff that's going to be happening here. We of course have the Tyro LAN going on all weekend long in Atlanta, Georgia. That's the Tyro adult community, who 18 plus. Community, who have put on this LAN event. Luke, the one you see, one of our casters, TGI Torquemada, and that whole crew at Tyro are doing what is become now the monthly due. So in this whole front of 2022, we're having lots and lots of LANs here in the NA region. Hopefully they'll have one pretty soon here in EU, I believe, and there's been talk of a LAN in OCE as well. So get out to those lands if you get that opportunity, because that is definitely some fun stuff.
Things are happening, games are underway, and perhaps we'll have some very, very exciting things in the future and in store for all of you. And where you will find it, right here on the VRML channels, not just channel 2, but channel 1. You'll see it in venues. You'll see it on channel 3. We will be bringing you some fantastic games as things get into that most interesting zone of mid-cycle or in-between cycle games. So that is it for us here tonight. I have been Glean. This was Newt0n-Dad and Wonder T-Man on the cams. Any last sentiments before we wrap this one up?
Just be sure to pay attention to venues and all the wonderful things we'll be casting all weekend, including Tyra. So we'll see you there.
All right, you heard it here. We'll see you there. Good night from us. Be happy, healthy, safe, and we'll see you soon.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.